Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be getting this look, and if you are interested to see how to get this look, just keep watching. Okay, so first off, I'm going to try for the first time, this is a Mary Kay liquid eyeshadow. So I'm going to use this as my primer. My lids are not just one shade, like they have some unevenness to them, and you can see my veins right here because I'm just so pale. And so I'm going to work on covering those up and use this as a primer to hold my eyeshadow down throughout the day. I'm going in with a Mary Kay cream eyeshadow brush to spread that out on my eye. And I have a combination of brushes today. I did a some wedding makeup. Whoops, I just missed the container. I did like a practice run for some bridesmaids and a bride yesterday, so a lot of my brushes are in like being washed right now. So I have some selection today that we'll bear with. I like this, has a nice little golden hue to it, but we'll cover it with concealer as well. The cream eyeshadow that I used to use, this version right here, it's upside down. This was in Beach Blonde, and it's a really nice, just a nice liquid eyeshadow, but it works awesome as a primer to hold your shadows on all day, but it has recently been discontinued, so that's why I'm testing out the new version of the product. And so far, I'm liking it. It's got a nice little doe foot applicator, nice and liquidy. You can spread it with a brush. Not like liquidy, more like moussey. So next, I'm gonna take the Under Eye Corrector. I know it says Under Eye Corrector. This is by Mary Kay as well. But I'm actually going to use it on my lids because it cancels discoloration. So I'm going to take that and put it onto my lid and smear it around as well. Brush it around. I'm not smearing it. Oh, can you tell I'm tired? So I'm going to take, this is a brush by Farrah, and I'm going to dip into the shade Biscotti in my Mary Kay eyeshadow palette. This is a magnetic palette. You can customize your own. This is just what I have currently. Excuse me. I think I inhaled some makeup. Alright, so I'm going to take that and I'm going to apply it to the lower lid. And then I will work my way up the lid a little bit. I just want to get this little area where I have creases to set. And then because I'm doing such a light eye today, this is the main color I'm going to be using, along with I think one other color. We're going to see. I had a different idea in mind to use the Goddess palette by Alter Ego. But I think today I'll make this full face Mary Kay, and then maybe I'll switch it up and do it with other products as well. You can tell that I need to switch this out. I've already, as the term goes, hit pan on my little eyeshadow. It's definitely on its last leg. So I'm going to need to get a new one of those. I've got one in my on my shelf. I think I just need to switch it out. I'm a person that likes to really use up what I have sometimes, and so this last month I've been using a combination of all my different products, like every brand, all kinds of things, just to really use up what I have and see what I've like, what I liked and what I didn't touch for a long time because I didn't like it. And it's interesting to go back and be like, oh, I really like that, or oh, that was awful. Alright, so I've got that all over my lids now. Typically if I was going to go for a super pigmented look, I'd switch to a different crease brush, but because this brush is so simple, you could either wipe off the end of this with a brush cleaner or a brush cloth, just a simple washcloth, and then wipe this on the end and get the pigment off. But because this look is so simple today, I'm not really worried. This is a really light color if there's any remaining on the brush, so I'm just going to dip into the next shade. So the next shade, I believe this shade is discontinued. This shade is called Toffee, and I want that light peachy pink. It's more very peach look. And I'm going to put that on the inside of my crease, going back in windshield wiper motions. And then often I go with little circles and blend anywhere I see that I want it to stand out more. This shade was really good, but as every brand goes, certain things remain on the classic collection and certain things are limited edition. I'm one of those people, like, I would love to try new beauty launches, like, I mean, if that was a thing in my future, I would try it. But the problem that I find with the new beauty launches is that they're always changing, always doing things, and you could be buying tons of makeup when you know what you already love, but at the same time, you could also be trying and finding new things you love. So keeping up with every new beauty launch is quite interesting. It's a task. So sometimes it's nice to just find what you love and bear with it and learn your craft before you start really playing around. Looks like I've got some under my eyes from my shower. Whoops. I think I'm going to take and dip into the shade Toffee. Hazelnut. This is not a discontinued shade. I love this shade. Right here, this is called Hazelnut. And I'm going to dip into that just to deepen the crease a little bit towards more closer to the lid to give me a little bit more dimension. I always start with my eyeshadow first because if I make an absolute mess, I can clean it up with doing the rest of the face instead of having this beautiful face done and then you get fallout or mascara or something on it. I just find it's way easier to start with the eyes. When I was younger, I had really, really oily skin, and because my skin would get oily so quickly, I would actually do my eye makeup first, simply because I wanted my foundation to last longer, and I didn't want to have foundation on while I did my eyes because it would lessen my wear time. I did find some things that help oily skin, so if you're an oily girl, give me some comments and love below, and I'll do a video on helping oily skin. I'm gonna take the first side that we used, the little flat side on this brush, and dip back into the hazelnut shade. I'm gonna go under my lower lash line with that. I tried a new brow product today. It's not Mary Kay, and I only use it like when I'm desperate, or usually like when I'm staying in a hotel somewhere and I wake up in the morning and I just want to make my brows look half okay with no makeup on. I've been using this, and some days I love it and some days I hate it. It's the Maybelline New York Brow Drama. It's a shaping chalk powder, and if you do it with like skill of where you want to put it, it works relatively well. Except when you first get it, there's so much fallout of this powder that you almost have to just like color a line and then carve out your brow. I remember when I first got it, I absolutely truly hated it. And then I was going through products trying to use up what I had. And so I continued to use this for morning things like that. And I was like, I don't hate it. And if I remember correctly, it has lasting power, like for wearing. It lasts longer on your eyes, and so I do always love that on your brows. So I'm interested to try it again and be like, yeah, I definitely hated it, or I only liked it when there was like way less in the bottle. It's kind of funny. Can you hear that noise it makes? ADD distracted moment. I'm trying to decide if I want to make this look my own and add some gold, or if I do want to keep it just so simple. I'm going to be on stage tonight, so I might have to actually like up this look a little bit later. Maybe we'll do a little bit of gold. I'm just going to do a tiny hint of gold. I'm going to actually take my fingertip and I'm going to go into this shade right here called Gold Status. And I'm just going to put that onto my lower lid. Or my lid. Not my lower lid. I don't have two lids. I need some more lotion. My hands are looking dry. Welcome to Wyoming, where there's like zero humidity. Alright, so next I'm going to try to just deepen up the lash line. And I'm going to take this is the Mary Kay crease brush actually, but it does a great angle. I'm going to dip into this middle brown shade I've got right here. This shade is called Hot Fudge. And I'm going to kind of use that as a light liner. So I'm just applying that ever so lightly, like a more smoked out winged liner. Just really light. Just a little bit of brown on the bottom to kind of deepen out the outsides of my eye. Kind of gives you that elongated look on your eye. Like instead of just being a circle, it gives you that longer look. See what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh! Uh-oh. I apparently put my finger into something black. That was a mistake. Let's take that crease brush one more time and put just a smidgen of hot fudge on the outer corner of your lower lash line. You can see that it's really light, barely there. Just kind of opens my eye a little. So we're gonna skip the lashes right now and move to the face. I'm gonna start off with my favorite primer of all time. This is the Mary Kay primer. This is the foundation primer with sunscreen SPF 15. And I'm going to take, I don't have all my Mary Kay brushes out at this moment since half of them are in the wash. Blending brush by Mary Kay. It's one of the more full coverage brushes. I actually prefer their foundation brush that has more of an angle. I used them all last night on all my pretty girls that I was doing makeup for. And so those are out of commission at the moment. I did not use this one, so we're going to use this one first. So I'm going to apply that foundation onto the back of my hand like this. I don't know if you can see that, just right here. And then I'm going to dip into it with the brush and apply it in circular motions all over my face. You'll have heard me say this like multiple times. When you apply your primer in little circular motions like this, you fill your pores from 360 degrees, and that helps you really, really, truly fill the pore. Even when I was doing this last night on one of the girls' faces, one of the people was like, oh my goodness, what'd you just put on her face? And it was simply primer, because it just really, really fills in those pores and gives you this airbrushed beautiful finish. Because this is more of a light and bright look, I'm not going to go in with a heavy foundation. I'm actually going to go in with simply a CC cream. This is the Mary Kay CC cream. This is in the shade Very Light. I believe there's 5 to 6 shades, and they meet a variety of skin tones. So last night I used the 2 deepest shades on a gal that has really deep, rich skin, and then girls that are very, very pale white wear the very light one. One girl has a little bit of, I think she's, are they part Latino? I think so. They, her skin is this beautiful, like, caramely color, kind of, and so she looks good in the light to medium. So I'm going to take this same blending brush and I'm going to apply the CC cream onto my face. Let's just put it on my face like this. This one feels really good because it feels that moisturizer at the same time, so you feel great moisture and you just kind of correct your skin tone. It's called a color correcting cream. That's why it's CC, is color correcting. And that just helps you even your skin tone out without a super intensive makeup look, like super, super full coverage. So I've got just a nice even layer of this on my skin. And you can see, you can still see my skin through it, but it just kind of corrects the skin overall. When you have really clear skin without like freckles or anything underneath it, you'll see a vast difference because it just totally corrects your skin. It looks so even and so soft. My skin has freckles and stuff, so it's not gonna totally take out the coverage of my freckles or cover them, which is fine with me. People draw on their freckles now. I don't even have to. All right, you see I just have this nice little glow, little bit of coverage, pretty simple. So far this look is very simple. A lot of people could do this. All right, we are going to do a little bit under eye correcting and then some concealer. So I'm gonna take my under eye corrector one more time, put this under my eyes. Oh, man, I want my other brushes. I need to go wash all the rest of them. I'm gonna take that same blending one and go under my eyes and out. Just kind of canceling that any discoloration or like dullness under my eyes or bagginess. You can see the difference between how much brighter this side looks now compared to this side. This side is also on my face is just a little bit different. I have more of like a bulge of under my eye for some reason. Like when I smile, you can see it bulges here, whereas it's a lot less on this side. So this side I usually really go hard with the color correcting cream. Plus, this is the side I sleep on, which is probably why that's there. But this is the side I sleep on, and so sometimes this side just looks so much more tired. It's like, put me back in bed, and this time stop laying on my face. But when you're Brago, you can only lay on your side, basically. I mean, they tell you to lay on your left side is the best or something along those lines. Now we're gonna brighten it up with just a little bit. This is my new Perfecting Concealer in the shade Deep Ivory. As we get closer to winter, I'll probably switch back to the light ivory, but right now it's almost too bright. So I'm just gonna apply a little bit of this under my eyes for some brightness. And then we're gonna go down the nose, Cupid's bow, on the chin, kind of a little ray of sunshine coming out of my forehead. And then some here and some here. Take my same blending brush. I could make this video like simple makeup with only a few brushes. You only have to own these 3 brushes or something like that. This feels kind of good. It's like a massage on my face. Now you can see I really don't have a ton on my face, but my overall complexion is totally changing. Let's dig into powders now. Oh my, I'm basically out of that. I gotta grab a different powder. As you can tell, my latte contour color has reached its end. Could probably scrounge a little bit out of that. This is the other one I have left over right now. We're gonna dip into that. And this time, because I don't have my other brush, I'm gonna go in with the Flower Beauty, this is like a blush brush, but I'm gonna grab that and dip into Latte, this contour shade. And then I'm gonna tip it up. You always want the tapered edge that goes upwards, going up your face, and the down angle going down your face. Otherwise, you can accidentally make your face look like it's dragging down, and that's not your purpose, whereas the tapered edge helps it to naturally dissolve up the face. Look at that difference. No cheekbones. Cheekbones. I don't put powder down as much anymore as I used to before I added these steps, because this actually causes them to last longer on the face. And the Mary Kay products seem to blend really well even when I do it over the top of liquid foundations. So I just love to do this before I put powder on. Not to mention, even though I have oily skin, my skin gets dry relatively quickly. So overall, my skin, like, you can see the dryness sometimes when I use too much powder. So if I use less powder, you get that more radiant look. Giving my forehead a little bit of dimension. You know, back when I wasn't pregnant, this used to just be sharp. Now I'm like, ooh, give me some cheeks and bones in my face. Some dimension again. All right, so now we're gonna go down the nose. Just lightly. I don't go too hard. And then blend it with the other color and not lose the highlight. Blending is key, especially if you do a nose contour. The dorkiest thing to see, and we've all done it when you're trying to figure out how to contour your nose, is you think you've blended it and you go out in society and people are like, why is there a stripe down the middle of her nose? 2 of them even. Like, it is visible. You have to do it subtle. You have to do it lightly, or you look ridiculous. You just look like you tried to contour your nose instead of looking like you got a boss nose. Let's go in with some blush. This blush that I typically like to use, and I may mix and match it today, but I think I'm going to go with this one. This is the Juicy Peach Blush by Mary Kay, and I'm going to dip into that and apply that just kind of over the contour. And now we're going to go some highlight. I don't have a highlight brush out. All right, we're going to go with this one. We are going to use the Luxie 250 large eye blending brush. I'm going to dip into the Mary Kay highlight. So this is in the shade Glazed. And I'm going to apply that from the kind of this, like about here up my cheekbone. When you do it just like this and you don't bring it from without, like within, like a lit from within look, and you just do it like this, you just look like you have a stripe on the side of your face. That's just what it looks like. But you want it to look like, wow, she's just naturally that radiant. It just naturally shines like that. Not going, she got a stripe on the side of her face. So we're gonna dip into that, and I'm gonna go from the inside of my cheek out and up the cheekbone. All right, I'm gonna take just a smidgen on the nose. You don't wanna look like You got a giant stripe once again. You just want a natural light. So I'm gonna put that on the Cupid's bow as well. This can help define the edge of your lip sometimes. I'm gonna do a smidgen right here on my chin for that glow. So I'm gonna do just a little bit on my forehead. I'm gonna take a little bit of the Mary Kay loose, translucent loose powder. What it looks like, that's the back and the front. Just a smidgen on a brush and put it all over the face to set it in. This will help it last longer and blend anything that is excessive. It also has no flashback, just so you know. You can take a picture and you'll still look beautiful. I'm gonna take this again. Just go like this a little bit. I think my mascara is running low. I might need to tap into a new mascara because I thought this one was doing good, but it's been on the struggle bus lately. I'm gonna start with it anyways. This is the Mary Kay Lash Lengthening Mascara. I love this mascara. It's probably one of my favorites of the Mary Kay collection. Mary Kay Lash Lengthening Mascara. I loved this one, the Mary Kay, this was the Fanorama mascara, and it's really good, but it's limited edition. I also love just the simple Lash Love one, but I love the volume that comes from this Lash Lengthening one. Where's my coffee? Oh, I should go grab my coffee. It's gonna get cold. Forgot about it. All right, what are you thinking of my mascara so far? If I want to add more in a bit, I will add a little more. I say we try to finish with the lips, see what else needs done. I'm gonna grab my little cosmetic box. Oh, I keep getting this twinge in my neck. I'm okay. I'm fine. All right, so this is the Mary Kay lipstick. This is in the shade Midnight Red. And I believe this is a semi-shine or semi-matte. It looks like a semi-matte just from the formula. I'll swatch it for you so you guys can see. Whoops, that was a really ugly swatch, but that's the color. We're gonna go nice and bright with big red lips. Oh, I forgot to use my satin lips, so my lips would be all soft and not dry. I'm going to take the Mary Kay Precision Brow Liner in this shade Dark Blonde to kind of touch up my brows right here. I have a borderline thyroid, so they're really not that thick. I envy people with beautiful thick brows. My ring back on. So I got some setting spray up in this joint. This is on its last leg. All right, guys, that completes this look. If you enjoyed seeing how to get this very light eye look, just natural and making your lips the statement look, make sure to like and subscribe. Come back, I'll have lots more videos, lots of everyday looks, lots of dramatic looks, all kinds of different stuff, and also a lot of skincare and life and encouragement. And I really want to make sure my channel gives you more than just beauty, that it gives you beauty, life, and encouragement. Real, authentic life that's not always pretty, and encouragement and advice to face that messy life. So that's what I'm here for. All right, I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to come back, and yeah, I'm gonna shut up now. All right, bye guys. Whoops, that wasn't what I was trying to do. We'll always love you. Oh! Yes, I'm talking with a black spot on my nose. Why am I so out of breath? My baby grew 5 inches this week. Was it 5? Between 4 and 5 inches this week in my stomach. Well, in my uterus, not really my stomach if we're being all intense.